My kids, my wife. Yeah. And the other issue I had is I'm not these guys, so I thought automatically. Recording. Even though I don't know what's going through, but we're actually now recording, so. And we're live, so yeah, a lot of new stuff. So some of you guys already signed the trips with you guys. So still have. Well, I got to talk in this direction. Okay, got to talk in that direction. So we have to get closer or talk louder. Okay, perfect. So, where's this? I'm gonna hold that question. Yes. Oh my God. Sorry, buddy. Still trying to. Why? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Awesome. Now there. Okay, so we're just going to talk about the ship details, like what's the ship all about. We're going to talk about the diving aspects, the costs, and requirements for the trip, and then we're going to talk about itinerary as far as what's the itinerary of the boat, but flights, add-ons, discussion because there's whether or not you want to do Istanbul or not, fly straight into Egypt. Go from there. So as far as the ship details are concerned, it is a 142-foot yacht. It is a large boat, 4 decks to it. So the main deck, which you see right here, is actually where you have the dive in the back, the galley front, and then you have cabins along the side there. So you see that the lower deck has 8 cabins down below here. The upper deck has 5 cabins with the dining and lounge, and then there's some more cabins up top here. So the fly deck on top here actually has lounges and places to hang out. As far as electricity is concerned on the boat, it is 220 volt. So you need the 2-prong for the European style. Doesn't have a ground, so 2-prong there. Right. There is dedicated Wi-Fi, so we do have Wi-Fi on the boat as long as we're close enough to shore to have so that we intermittent the tank. So I don't think it's a day, but depending on where we're at positioning, that we're picking that up. And there's actually air conditioning and a fridge each, so small. I need small water there. We do have small fridges. This is the galley. This is the galley and little lounge areas. So it's on that main deck right there. So nice and wide open, access to water and things to drink right there. Up on the fly deck, you see you have little lounge areas. So if you need to break away from people, like Sarah, you get away from me or something like that, you go up top there, whatever she needs to do. So you have a lot of room on there. And then you actually have this upper deck here, and in the front actually has lounge area. So quite a bit of room on the boat. And inside, if it were rainy, I actually can't. I think this one with a dry suit, right? So cabins on the lower deck. So staterooms 1 through 6 have twin beds with portholes, wardrobe, fridge, and private bathroom with closet. Staterooms 7 through 8 have the opportunity for a queen bed, the portholes, wardrobe, fridge, private bathroom. And closet. This is the main deck on the sides, so you actually get access from the sides there. Then there is a suite with a king bed, windows, guest chair, and wardrobe. I think it's a little more expensive to keep that big, the bigger room. And then we have 9 through 12 has queen or twin beds, so you can either or. I think at this point now, I think we have the two rooms left for a full bed like that, either queen or king, maybe 3. Otherwise, everything else is back down to as far as what was accessible. So it was only like 6 rooms. I could be wrong. I'm still trying to figure out what we have, but what rooms are available. It's not really as expensive. So I know we have 6 here with twin beds, those 2 queen beds, the king bed, and then 9 through 12. We should explain it to me. Those seem like 2 of these are actually. So I have to finalize it. This is what so it is double occupancy, being that there's 2 divers per room. So even if you're a single diver, we'll have to pair you up with another person in a room. So if you want to talk with somebody, I need to know so that actually we're going to have, I'll talk with your second, we'll have a paid portal also set up soon. They do as a double, so I know who. This is the size of those clean rooms with bathroom. And then this is on that main deck right here, access from the side. Down the lower decks, this is the hallway between the smaller staterooms that are down below. Nice and comfy, very nice. Who here has been on a Liveaboard before? How many guys have been on a Liveaboard? This is actually very nice for Liveaboards.
I didn't.
This is a very nice Liveaboard. That's certainly very nice. Supposed to be one of the leaders in the Red Sea as far as Liveaboards are concerned. So you can see how the set up there. Just kind of give you an idea of bathrooms and meals. Our 2 chefs are preparing everything that include vegetables, mixed salads, rice, pastas, chicken, beef, lamb, fish, fruits, and pastries that have a European and Oriental influence. The breakfast has eggs, chicken, pancakes, cereal, salads, kind of a pretty standard breakfast for everybody. There's also 1 snack that we'll do today. I believe that's between the lunch and the dinner time. That intermediate mid-afternoon snack. You have mineral water, coffee, tea, juices, sodas, local beer, and 1 glass of wine with dinner. So I don't normally drink wine, so I know that Sarah's probably gonna take mine, and she'll want 2. But it's also served as a buffet style. There will be 1 to 2 barbecue style meals, dinners, depending on weather. I'm not expecting they should be fine, but I'm not expecting anything. But they just say weather permitting, if there is anything up as far as rain. So this is what I picked in May. So it's not ridiculously hot. So it's not like Hades hot. It's very hot. It's not Hades hot. It soon gets to Hades. Yeah, it's like it's real, just 1 step. You look at Dante's. So, if you do have dietary restrictions, please let me know ahead of time, so I can contact them to let you know. And they said that if you wanted to bring your own food, specific foods and stuff like that, keep in mind bringing things into country. Usually deal with alcohol, cigarettes, things like that are restricted in the country. But if you bring some own specific dietary needs, let me know and I can make sure I go. As far as diving is concerned, there's going to be 13 crew and there's going to be 3 guides. We're going to be in the area called Northern Brothers. Now, Brandon, you did Northern Brothers? Yeah, yep, so we got it. So we're in they're in the national parks down there. That's it. And what I understand is supposed to be like National Geographic. It's supposed to be amazing. That was my favorite. Yeah, so it's supposed to be amazing. Nitrox is included in this, verifying that you are Nitrox certified. If you are not Nitrox certified, we can take care of that for you, either remotely. Those who are zooming in, we're not there, we can actually take care of that, make sure, and then do the final testing, which is really simple for the boat. The water deck is at water level here at 28 divers. They will be going off on a large portion of the dives on tenders. These tenders are here, back. Some will be off the back, but some areas we can't actually bore up, so we get tenders. This is the dive deck, so getting all your stuff ready, plenty of room. So for tenders diving, so each tender will have a guide with 7 divers max. We will not be all going to the same dive site. So that means that there's 4 to 5 dives. So Joe and I are going to this dive site in the morning. batteries, and they go to that dive site. The second dive, swap it around, so it's not overcrowded. So it's actually makes it nicer. So it's just smaller groups, be able to dive those spots. Max depth is 130 feet by law. We won't be doing 130 feet, but by law, you cannot exceed 130 feet law. There will be obviously a mixture of depths. Yeah, by law already. He's looking at me kind of like I'm crazy, but it's actually stated in division law. But and knives, gloves are not allowed. So keep that in mind. No. Okay, it's a Marine Park. Like I said, the 33% knife shots is included. The temperatures are expected to be probably upper 70s to low 80s for end of May. Okay, like I said, we're just getting into heat is hot, but we kind of step it off next month. It's going to pretty intensely by heat. So that's why we were picking May. Water temperature. That's water temperature. Yeah, that's water. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is water temperature. This is what you're expecting for the water. 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, probably 78, 79, 80 degrees. We're there.
There. But honestly, when you're out there, like the sun's intense, very intense, like the air out there.
Yeah, it's not bad. I just again feel like power.
Yeah, you do when you get back on land.
The things that get through there. Right. Now there's some old sign. I'm sure who power was. I got it. What you will need for driving is concerned. You'll need your certification card and your night shots card. You need to bring both those. You will show that to the dive staff. Dive computer, SMB. You have to have a safety marker buoy. We do have them here, obviously, but you'll have to have them because one of those countries. A light is recommended. Is also needed for a night dive. Occasional night dives are available. Obviously, if you don't have a BCD and reg, you can rent those. We can send you our gear, or we can rent on both. But otherwise, yes, you're gonna need your BCD, mask, fins, wetsuits. I recommend a 3 or 5 mil, just because of the water temps. I'm cold-blooded. I need a lot of water around me, and Sarah's looking at me kind of crazy, but I would possibly do a dry suit. But I would recommend the wetsuit. If you do not have integrated systems in your BCDs, meaning the weight pockets of your BCDs, you're going to have to bring your own weight belt. Don't put the weight up. Anybody? Oops. Sorry, guys. Everyone is waiting to let us in. Taylor, hopefully you're in because Sarah forgot to let you in. This is recorded, so anything you missed, you can actually go back. So the other is good to see you. They're down Louisiana. So again, back to make sure you have all your cert cards, everything with you. Some of you guys that digital, make sure it's a picture of that. Yeah, digital card. No knives, personal guidance systems. Don't get anything. There's no stores that apply. I'm sure it would be a problem. They're more worried about knives, things like that, damage marine parts, no gloves, knives, damage marine parts.
Right.
Yes, they do have some gear on board.
Do they have less?
I don't believe they have much, like double check. So, type of dive we're going to do, there's some wall dives, some hard coral formations, sheer drop offs, some soft corals, and then you're going to have some large pelagics going by at times. This is what I'm really looking forward to is those oceanic white tips, which you're expecting to see. Some thresher sharks, I would love to see that. Whale sharks, tunas, mannas, all kinds of different stuff that are going to do with pelagics. Thanks, Brandon Downer. Did you see some oceanic white tips and all that stuff? A lot of my friends have seen them. They just said oceanic white tips. I really look for if they're facing here. We're going to be in the national park there, which has this kind of a mix of coming in there. So it brings a wide range of diversity as far as schools, fish life. Best known sites include the Shark Reef, the London Reef, and there's 2 big pinnacles that are coming off the bottom. So we're going to have a mixture dive. We're also going to have some sheer walls. We're going to have some subtle reefs, and we're going to have some wrecks. So with that being said, there's the SS Thistleborn, the wreck right here. It's actually World War II, so as a motorcycle, it's going to be a bit deeper, obviously, so keep that in mind. We're going to still be recreational limits, but Some of these might be a little deeper, and then there'll be some shallower reef wrecks that are also here also. So, because there's just some shallow reefs that have some, so a lot of these wrecks that have run aground, so we have some shallow. We have some deeper wrecks, we have some walls, we have some pinnacles, and so quite a bit of quite a bit of diversity as far as here's a small little video. I'm gonna play if you guys don't mind. This one, Sarah found this video. And so it's a 3-minute video. It's kind of an outside source that Sarah had found, but this is I'm diving in there, so it's kind of unique. Kind of shows you a little bit of what's going on there in the Red Sea. You know, we're doing more on the tenders. Some of the stuff we really go back and forth with large part, a lot of stuff we can't go over. It's absolutely have to take the tenders over there. The structure, that's what I love. Stuff. Very biodiverse. It's like knowing about 4 or 5 people who've done see. It's like National Geographic. Brand, we've been there and it's amazing. So he's going back a second time. So now he's falling back with how big a dive. Yeah, dolphins. Elephants. Yeah. That's probably I go. Yeah. We had a couple. Weird. Now we need to. Okay. So as far as itinerary is concerned, as far as diving, day one, when we fly to Regatta, we're gonna get on the boat at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll fly in, like I said, if we're supposed to stay at Turkey or whatever the case may be, we get in, we'll actually have to stay overnight or anything like that. We can actually get in that day, plan on board at 5 o'clock. They'll serve dinner at 6:30, have the captain's briefing, and then the next morning is actually we're going to depart and then start our first 2 dives and the double in the Regatta area for those Pupil Islands. Then after that, we're doing 4 to 5 dives. That'll include that Liveaboard and a couple of it in the national park. So actually be in the national parks at a time, so we can start seeing some wrecks and start doing wall dives from there as we're in the national park. On day 4, again, 4 to 5 dives. Again, back in that national park. staying in the same area. On day 5, do 4 to 5 dives. Again, we'll be in the Azimuth US area and then sailing to Brothers overnight. So overnight, we'll be actually moving to the next area that we'll be diving in the morning following that. So at Brothers Island, it's 4 to 5 dives, big and small brother. There, please note, night dives are prohibited at all the Marine Park islands. Then sailing to Regatta overnight. So we won't be able to do a night dive around those 2 islands there on that 6th. On the day 7, it's 2 to 3 dives in the Regatta area, the different reefs again, and then we're returning to Regatta that evening. So that's when we're departing on day 8. We'll actually have breakfast, and then we have up until 12 o'clock. We have to depart the vessel at that time, and then they'll transfer us over to the airport to fly. Okay. Costs. So any questions before we get into cost stuff? Any questions about that stuff? We're good, but we'll discuss it more as far as your tubers concerned and dives. So as we said, it's 2450 per diver. That's based on double occupancy, 2 people per room. It's a $500 deposit. The dates are the 22nd to 28th on the boat. The reason why I have this on the boat is because if you decide, well, if you decided to stop the tour. Now, remember, we lose a day going over. So if you're just going straight to Regatta and get on the boat, you're leaving on the 20th, most likely, or late night. So late night on the 20th, and then you'll get there in the morning, late morning or something like that. Second to get on the boat. That includes all the meals that we talked about, the 5 guys a day, 9 chalks, as well as that local beer and the one glass of wine that obviously Sarah always skipping things that have to do with me. What it doesn't include is airfare. We were looking at airfare thus far. It's around $1,700 for airfare. On return in on down, roughly $1,700. Now they said that's without assigned seating, and assigned seating is a little expensive. I'm not exactly sure. Until we get closer to the actual price, we lock in the dates. We had originally locked those based on us staying in Istanbul for a couple days. So that's a rough estimate. It's about $1,700. Okay. Obviously, rental equipment, if you need to rent anything, is not included. Dive insurance. Highly recommend, and they want you to have dive insurance trippage part of their as far as the boat is concerned. Divers Alert Network, we recommend them for your dive insurance, so you have to have them. On our website, if you go there, you'll scroll down on that front page, it'll have a link right to Divers Alert Network, and the yearly cost is like what? $60 for a year. For dive insurance, highly recommend in general, but they want you to have dive insurance. Trip insurance, again, they want you to have trip insurance, but we suggest having trip insurance for a few different reasons. We've had situations in the past, people broke the leg before going, they can't go. Once you're locked in, we're kind of locked in that spot. So there's we have some recommendations, AIG and a few other ones, which has done some research on them, that you have what's called a no fault clause. Yeah, no fault clause, which usually gets you about 3/4 of whatever you pay the trip back. Regardless, you don't have to keep it just like, I just don't feel like, wherever the case would be. And then that insurance will cover that. You can decide to add your flight on top of there, but it's usually the 5% or the 10% of the total cost.
Usually you're added together with and no clause.
No clause, so, and depending on age, Rich did his age, he's a bit older, it's a little higher. Those who are younger, not me, it's a little cheaper than Rich would get. But we do have some recommendations. So trip insurance, we have about 5 or 6 different companies that you kind of look into to decide on what to do with trip insurance. So I can send that information off to you. Obviously, it doesn't involve guide courses. Like I said, if you are not nitrox certified, if you need to be nitrox certified, we can do that remotely. Just contact me. We'll do an online version testing with the boat. That's not included in the price. Optional excursions. I put this in there because a lot of us are planning on doing a couple days in Istanbul because of everything going on. We thought Cairo might be a little too hectic. But if you decide you want to go to Cairo and do some things, actually, I think we can talk about there actually are some excursions they have that you can actually pre-book and have that all set up for you. I know Brandon she has some people to talk to also. if he's got some local contact, if you want to do anything in Cairo. So just reach out to me, and then kind of get you information to do that. Because the rest of us, we're looking at just staying in this big Gulf for like 3 days and then flying down. Or like I said, you just go straight to Regatta, climb on the boat, step off the boat, and head back home, whichever way you want to go with. There's also a $300 US dollar port fee that you have to pay there. It's not included the price. This includes the marine park fees and fuel charges and all that stuff. It actually went up as of 2025, it's 300. This year was 2250. I guess now it's 300 per person. Well, that's the port fee and all the fun stuff that are involved there apparently. And you pay that straight to the boat. So you will need a visa to get into country. Now, if you're flying straight into Regatta, like we're planning on, and then climbing on the boat will handle your visa. They'll just charge you $30 on your cabin fee. And, you know, like, yeah, some extra, whatever the case would be, then you'll pay that to them for that $30. If you decide to fly into, say, Cairo or do something else, you'll need to set up your entry visa through the embassy. And I have the link for that. So reach out to me if that's something you're planning on doing, a separate aspect.
Then staying passport.
Yes. Yes, so it's good for 30 days. It's a 30-day entry. So that visa is good, 30 days. And they will take care of that for you if we're flying straight into Regatta. They'll take care of that for us. If you're planning on doing some different activity, but you're never flying in, then we're going to do that set. So they'll handle it for us. But if you're flying in previous to like Cairo or something else, we'll have to do something different. Onboard fees, like I said, is the fees include marine park fees and other associated fees that Ben already just talked about. Then entry fee visas at $30. And what's not included is the gratuities. So gratuities, we always like to say, hey, we want to take care of it, people that take care of us. If you ever been on Liveaboard, they're taking care of you 24/7. Gas in the drink, basically fluff your pillows, and getting all your gear together and stuff like that. So we usually recommend that 10% of what the trip costs being the boat itself. So yes, cash. Not you can't do that. You can't do a credit card because it's free cash.
Do that.
Yes, yes. Small bills, yeah. Always, whenever you're traveling, never bring anything more than a $20 bill. Yeah, they will not have change. So bring 20s, 10s, 5s, whatever the case may be. And also a lot of the banks don't like to take anything. And keep in mind, whenever we're traveling, have newer bills. You can't have writing on them. They can't be told because the banks won't take them for whatever reason. They don't like that. So they want newer style bills that are clean, that have the writing and have. If you do any kind of like they do charge a 3% credit card fee there on the boat. If you have any incidentals, you bought a T-shirt, you have a $30 or Visa that we have to pay for. If you don't pay them in cash for that stuff, and you want to use a card, there is a 3% fee and tax on it. So just bring some extra cash with you with that in mind. Yeah, you have a question. Yeah, that's the gratuity. So we're saying that's what the gratuity would be. That takes care of the whole. That's you giving them money, all staff. Okay. If you want to get more, then perfectly fine. No. You know, you've been on trips with us before. We always like say, hey, this is what we expect everybody to give based off the trip. To hand the
So you're just 5%.
Yes. Yeah, this is all paid there. Yes. This one you can do it. Yes, it's the best app. I prefer pennies. I mean, and it's really pennies. We love pennies. Yeah, they do. Yeah. We do have a payment schedule set up, and this payment portal will hopefully be live by the 1st of October. The reason why it isn't is I got to put everybody that's already put deposits down and put them in there so that we take some spots that were already allocated. So we have obviously have the $500 non-refundable deposits, and then starting October 1st, it's $390 each first of the month till February 1st. That kind of made it a little easier for people to do it that way. You can pay more if you want to, but this is where so we have to make our next major payment in November. That's why we're kind of have it set up that way, and we have to make our final payment by this time. Payment portal will be set up and actually that will be able to email everybody from there and communicate through the payment portal, something new, just like doing the Zoom. Something new we're setting up for the trips is that you can actually do that. Or you can always contact me by drop the check off. Either way you want to do it. I have a few people that have actually done local, so it's easier to do a payment portal and then ask the question. You're going to require, so there's an online application form. So there's an online waiver form with them. We'll give you a link to that. We have waivers from the shop. You'll need a copy of your passports. I always have a digital copy of my passport anyway. You need at least 6 months left on your passport, which means that from the date that you arrive in Regatta, that you have 6 months left on your passport before it expires. And the reason why is if something happened that you're in statement, they want to know that you could actually re-enter your home country. And you need one blank page available for them to put the stamp in. If we're entering an exit from Regatta, like I said before, the crew will take care of the visa for us. If not, then you have to set this up. If you go in the car or something like that, I give you the links for that information there. And again, the dive insurance and trip insurance. If you have any questions, obviously, always email me, give me a call. Like I said, for flights, so for some of us, we want to do Istanbul layover. So leaving, I think, on the 18th. I think we're planning on the 17th or 18th, 17th. Spend 3 days in Istanbul. And I don't know how many people were interested in doing that. That's why I kind of like trying to figure out what you guys want to do. We were going to try to set up some excursions. We thought maybe it might be better. There's actually book your guide, but you can kind of decide what is interest to you while you're in there instead of being kind of stuck in it. Like, hey, I want to go see the cathedral, or I want to see the river, or I want to see this. There's actually a great website we've used with Azores and a few different places that I've used. It's actually a really good site, and you can pre-book those things based on the dates and have that all set up for where you want to go. Obviously, if there's some things you say, hey, I want to go here, and they also want to join that group, we can always have that conversation. But yeah, get a bunch of people and they'll look in that same tour. People have the same like things. If you don't decide you want to do the layover in Turkey, then obviously, like I said, you have to get the day to make up. So I think you leave on the night of the 20th. Otherwise, I think you leave on the night of the 17th. But in return, we get off the boat on the 29th, and then because we gain that day back, we'll be back on the 30th, back at the sea. Maybe right now. Okay, so it's even that 2-week window, be back by that Saturday. Sunday work is we should write that 2-week window to do the actual days and right like Saturday and Sunday aspect. Now, obviously, we have Lisa that handles a lot of our stuff. That's who we recommend using for setting up your flights. And the reason why is she's going to make sure that you're on the correct flight, that you've got everything together, and we all like to travel together. Some people are coming from different areas. At least we know we'll meet up in Turkey, for example, when we're flying down for God. So we'll kind of make sure we're all on the same flight patterns. We all meet up together and stay together. Lisa's great about making sure all that stuff is in line. Turkish Airlines also offers 1 free night for a layover at a hotel there. Though I don't know, it's supposed to be a 4-star, so I don't know the expense of it. So I don't know if it'd be cheaper if we decide to pick a different hotel based off spending 3 nights there versus the 1 night. How that cost effective this is. So I kind of need to figure out who wants to do this full. It's not in Istanbul, and kind of figure out how we're going to play that out. I guess the flights are running around $1,700. I'm flying using Turkish Airways to go through it, so it works out really well. I think that was. Oh, if you go and go to the morning to the travel, you don't want to do it out whatever day you're talking to. Because there's windows for the cancellation. No final cancellation. And if you need to, you could get a receipt that applies to that date, so you're within that 2-week window. Usually it's we either flight or booking the trip, whichever came first, is at starting the clock. And because obviously we start things earlier than we go, so yeah, I'm gonna do the trip insurance, and we can actually have receipts that, oh, it was on, I booked it on this date. So for the insurance aspects, we did that. Other questions about that? Now, I know, Scott, you're talking about maybe hundreds, you know, like having larger bottles. I don't know that they have small bottles, which is like six, small, really small. They may not have accessibility on, so I'll check with them to see if they have like 100. I'm assuming they're pretty much gonna be all eight. Sarah ran off on me. I think I can hear somebody in there, so is there any questions? I gotta figure out how I can. She left me now on the board. Oh, chat. There we go. Chat. Let's see. Anybody else have any questions on Zoom? Taylor or anybody? Yep. Scroll down. Oh, perfect. Everybody's good to go? Any other questions about that?
No.
That's when we stuff like places like that, so we give that a little bit of time, that's fine. So let's get you sorted out of the boat, like the spot, everything else, do that. Does well. So that's fine. It's fully, when we start with tickets, we start with points, which we won't do until like 3 or 4 months prior to the actual trips. But we want to make sure trip insurance, all that stuff is taken care of, and then one list will break, and we'll say, okay, we'll stay at this hotel, and then go from there.
We get our,
Yeah, that's fine. That would be a problem. Because we want to set dates. We've always changed dates for the technology can actually change what dates we're going to be doing. That can be adjusted before the trip. Reason like I said, to say like excursions, it just seemed like people wanted to go this and go all the way over, and then so it was like okay, figure out that, and then the book guy actually looks at me about different pictures. Stuff like that.
The 11 spots that are available that.
So there's not really a non-dive, well, I mean, if you're not dive looking, they don't do it on one night after this is dive, yeah. So yeah, 11 spots right now is the two, we, couple of them. That's, yeah. All right, so if anybody else has anything, I'm just looking, else anything to say. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's actually selling actually get full. So you can actually yeah. I think so. I think it's one thing available. I think yeah. Okay. I just got just really back. I'll get which one. So would be. Available. Yeah. We're live with the voting and people that actually have like you don't want to mention voting. Otherwise, say single items, but we've got like people in there that are voting on versus voting to how we set up some for we know Kevin is not, but if I agree. So that you and I will be off on the fly deck. Oh, okay. I'm kidding. Um, Yeah. So,
Pusher.
all right. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Taylor, I know you're on there. Just want to make sure if you have any questions, you can just go to the text box there. And send me anything. Otherwise, I'm stuck. Oh, Harlan, you're in there too. I see Harlan.
Hey, Brian.
How's it going, Harlan? Everybody's like, okay. So I got Allison Taylor, and then I got Harlan. All right. When I close the screen, I can actually see Harlan. So do you have any questions, Harlan?
Not right now, but next time I'm in Rockford, I'll swing by and just you're probably gonna send us a summary anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we recorded this, and then slides. Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna stop recording now. And if anybody else has any questions,
No, we're all done.
Allison, Taylor. Thanks, guys.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See you soon.
Thanks.